Only 3% of men over 60 are building muscle that turns heads. The other 97%, they're shrinking, losing a pound of muscle every year after 50. That's 10 pounds gone by 60, 20 pounds by 70. And they're convinced it's just age. It's not age, it's surrender. Women crave muscular men who understand this one rule of training. Miss it, and you're just moving weight around. Get it right, and you become the anomaly every room notices. The muscle you're losing right now, it's not just strength, it's presence, authority, the kind of physicality that doesn't need to announce itself. But there's one training pillar, one non-negotiable, that separates the 3% from everyone else. Stay locked in. I'm breaking down the exact system, starting with the brutal truth about what's happening to your body right now. Sarcopenia. That's the medical term for what's happening to you right now. 1 to 2% of your muscle mass disappears every year after 50 if you're not actively fighting it. That's not a prediction. That's measured data from the Journal of Applied Physiology. Do the math. 10 years of inactivity, you've lost 20% of your muscle. 20 years, you're down 40%. And it's not just about looking smaller. Your metabolism drops 5% for every pound of muscle you lose. Less muscle means slower fat burn. Slower fat burn means more belly fat. More belly fat means lower testosterone. It's a death spiral disguised as aging. But most men don't see it coming. They feel fine. They can still play golf. They're active. Then one day they catch their reflection in a store window and don't recognize the guy staring back. Soft shoulders. No definition. A body that blends into the background. Or they're at a family gathering. Kids, grandkids, cousins they haven't seen in years. And someone says, "You're looking comfortable." That's code. That's them noticing you've gone soft. Or they're out with their wife. Another couple walks by. The guy's 65, maybe 70, fit. Defined chest, confident posture. And your wife glances just for a second. She doesn't say anything, but you felt it. Muscle is presence, it's posture, it's energy. It's the way you carry yourself through a room without announcing you're there. And the reality? Only 3% of men over 60 are actively building muscle. The rest are in maintenance mode at best. Most are in decline. But decline isn't mandatory, it's a choice. Men in their 60s and 70s can gain 8 to 12 pounds of muscle in 12 months with the right protocol. That's Stanford research, not theory. Measured hypertrophy in older adults following structured resistance training. You're not too old, you're just following the wrong blueprint. And the first pillar of that blueprint, it's not training, it's fuel. Because your body is cannibalizing muscle right now. And it's all tied to one number most men get catastrophically wrong. Your body needs more protein now than it did at 30, not less, more. That's anabolic resistance. Your muscles become stubborn. They don't respond to protein the same way they used to. You need a bigger signal to trigger the same growth response. A 30-year-old can eat 20 grams of protein and get muscle protein synthesis firing. You need 40 grams minimum to hit that same threshold. But most men over 60 are eating like birds. The average intake, 60 grams of protein per day. Total. That's not building muscle. That's watching it disappear in real time. Think of your body like a bank account. Protein is deposits. Training is withdrawals. Stay in debt long enough, and you go bankrupt. Your body doesn't care about your training intensity if you're not funding the repair. And it's not just about total intake. It's about distribution. Eating 80 grams of protein at dinner doesn't work. Your body can only process about 40 grams per meal for muscle synthesis. The rest gets oxidized for energy or stored as fat. You need 4 to 5 feedings, 30 to 40 grams each, spread across the day. Mistake number 1, skipping breakfast. Black coffee and willpower won't build muscle. Your body's been fasting for 8 hours. It's in a catabolic state, breaking down tissue. You need protein within an hour of waking up to flip that switch. Mistake number 2, relying on carbs for energy. Toast, oatmeal, cereal. That's not fuel for muscle. That's fuel for insulin spikes and mid-morning crashes. Protein stabilizes blood sugar and keeps you anabolic. Mistake number 3, thinking supplements replace food. A protein shake is insurance, not a foundation. Whole food, eggs, steak, chicken, fish gives you amino acids your body actually recognizes and uses efficiently. So what's the target? 1 gram of protein per pound of target body weight. If you're 180 pounds and want to stay there, that's 180 grams daily. Non-negotiable. Track it every day. And inside each meal, you need leucine. That's the ignition switch for muscle protein synthesis. 2.5 to 3 grams per meal. You get that from animal protein. 30 grams of chicken gives you about 2.5 grams of leucine. Protein loads the gun, but training pulls the trigger. And there's one training principle that makes or breaks everything. Miss it, and you're just burning calories. Get it right, and you're building muscle every single session. Progressive overload. That's the one rule. Every session you chase a number. More weight, more reps, more control on the descent. Stand still and you shrink. Your muscles don't grow from exercise. They grow from adaptation to stress. If the stress stays the same, there's nothing to adapt to. You're just going through the motions. And most men over 60 are stuck in the comfort trap. Same dumbbells, same machines, same routine for 6 months straight. Muscle is a response to demand. You have to demand more. The rule in action. Last week, you bench pressed 135 pounds for 8 reps. This week, you're chasing 9 reps. Do that every session for 12 months, and you've created mechanical tension your body can't ignore. It builds muscle or it fails. And your body doesn't fail, it adapts. And the advantage you have at 60? Neurological adaptation happens fast. Your nervous system learns to recruit more muscle fibers within weeks. You get stronger before you get bigger. That strength gives you confidence to push heavier loads. Heavier loads create more tension. More tension builds more muscle. Training frequency, 3 to 4 sessions per week. Full body or upper-lower split. Recovery matters. You're not 30. You don't bounce back in 24 hours. Give each muscle group 48 hours minimum between sessions. That's when growth happens. During rest, not during training. Rep ranges, 6 to 12 reps for hypertrophy. That's 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max. Control is everything. A slow, controlled eccentric, that's the lowering phase, does more for muscle growth than the lift itself. 3 seconds down, 1 second up. That time under tension is where the magic lives. The lightweight trap. Some trainer told you to lift lighter as you age. Protect your joints. Stay safe. That's garbage. Your joints need load to stay healthy. Bone density increases under resistance. You don't need to max out, but you need to lift heavy enough that the last 2 reps are hard. Compound movements, squats, deadlifts, presses, rows. These are your foundation. They recruit multiple muscle groups. They trigger systemic hormonal responses. Your body releases testosterone and growth hormone when it senses a survival demand. The workout log. If you're not logging your lifts, you're guessing. Every session, write it down. Weight, reps, rest time. Next session, beat one of those numbers. That log is your accountability. It's proof you're progressing or proof you're stuck. And when you see 6 months of steady progression, 10 pounds added to your squat, 15 pounds to your press, that's not just muscle, that's evidence you're an anomaly. But strength without presence is invisible. Most men train their bodies and kill their signal. They look strong but walk around exhausted, irritable, burnt out. And women notice not the muscle, the fatigue, because there's a paradox most men miss, and it's destroying their gains and their presence at the same time. Women don't crave muscles, they crave what muscles signal: vitality, discipline, the ability to protect, to provide, to survive. Muscle is the visible proof you haven't given up, that you're still in the fight. But most men train themselves into exhaustion. They chase muscle and kill the signal at the same time. They're overtrained, under-recovered, walking around with cortisol pumping through their veins like they're being chased by a predator. And it shows. Low energy, irritability, brain fog, libido in the gutter. They look strong in a shirt, but feel weak in their own skin. That's the paradox. You can have the muscle and lose the presence. Because presence isn't about size. It's about state. What women actually notice: energy. Not the fake, caffeinated kind. The calm, steady kind that says, I'm not struggling. Posture. Shoulders back. Chest open. Head up. That's confidence without words. Decisiveness. The ability to make a call without second-guessing yourself into paralysis. Calm authority. You don't need to prove anything, you just are. And all of that disappears when you're overtrained. The biology. Chronic stress, whether it's from work, sleep deprivation, or too much training, spikes cortisol. Cortisol is the enemy of testosterone. It shuts down muscle protein synthesis. It stores fat around your belly. It kills your sex drive. You're training hard to build muscle, but cortisol is eating it faster than you can replace it. Under-recovery kills gains by 60%. That's not theory. That's measured metabolic data. Most men aren't overtraining. They're undersleeping, undereating, overstressing. Recovery is anabolic. Sleep is where growth happens. 7 to 8 hours minimum. Non-negotiable. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone. That's when muscle repair peaks. Rest days aren't weakness, they're strategy. Training breaks muscle down. Recovery builds it back up. And the signal you want to send? It's not I train 6 days a week. It's I'm disciplined enough to build this and calm enough to enjoy my life. That's presence. That's what turns heads. Not the muscle itself. The man who carries it without the stress. You can be the strongest guy in the room and still be invisible if you're running on fumes. Or you can be strong, rested, and radiating the kind of energy that says, I've got this handled. Women don't consciously think about it, but they feel it. Calm, stable. Dangerous if necessary, but controlled. That's not vanity, that's value. And it only works if you're not burning yourself out chasing it. 5 non-negotiables. Miss one, and you're back in the 97%. This isn't a suggestion, it's a system, and systems work when you work them. Non-negotiable, number 1, the protein floor. 1 gram of protein per pound of target body weight, daily. If you weigh 180 and want to stay there, that's 180 grams. If you're 200 and cutting to 185, you eat for 185. 4 to 5 meals, 30 to 40 grams per meal. Spread across the day. Don't eyeball it. Track it. Use an app, write it down, count every gram. Most men fail here because they think they're eating enough. They're not. They're eating half of what they need and wondering why nothing changes. Your body doesn't negotiate. It needs fuel or it eats itself. Hit your protein floor. Every single day. Non-negotiable. Number 2, progressive tension, 10th at 11:30. Log every workout. Chase a number every session. More weight, more reps, better control. 1 variable shifts. If you squatted 185 for 8 reps last week, you're chasing 9 reps this week, or 190 for 8, or a slower descent. Progression is the signal. Without it, you're just maintaining. And maintaining at 60 means declining. Buy a notebook, write the date, write the exercise, write the weight and reps. Next session, open that notebook and beat 1 number. That's how muscle gets built. 1 session at a time, 1 rep at a time. Strength equals muscle, period. Non-negotiable number 3, recovery discipline, 11:15. 7 to 8 hours of sleep, minimum. That's not a luxury. That's when growth hormone peaks. That's when testosterone rebounds. That's when your nervous system repairs itself. Skip sleep and you're wasting every rep you did in the gym. 48 hours rest between the same muscle groups. Train legs Monday, don't touch them again until Wednesday. Your muscles don't grow during training, they grow during rest. And stress management matters. Cortisol kills testosterone, meditation, walking, deep breathing, whatever works for you. You can't build muscle while your body thinks it's running from a bear. Calm down, sleep more, recover harder. Non-negotiable. Number 4, compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, presses, rows. These are your foundation. Everything else is decoration. Compound lifts recruit multiple muscle groups. They create mechanical tension across your entire body. They trigger systemic hormonal responses. Johns Hopkins measured men 65 and older doing squats and deadlifts 3 times per week. Testosterone spiked 40% post-workout. Growth hormone increased 30%. You don't get that from bicep curls. You get it from loading your spine and hips with weight your body has to adapt to. Isolation work has its place, but compounds come first. 3 to 4 compound movements per session, 3 sets each. 6 to 12 reps. That's your base. Build everything else on top of it. Non-negotiable. Number 5, consistency over intensity. 3 to 4 sessions per week beats 6 sessions done inconsistently. The 3% don't train harder, they train smarter, and they show up. Most men go all in for 6 weeks. They're fired up, they're motivated, then life happens. They miss a week, then 2 weeks, then they're done. That's the 97%. The 3% train for 12 months, then 24 months, then it's just part of who they are. Muscle isn't built in days, it's built in years. But every year you wait, you lose ground. Every year you delay, the climb gets steeper. You're not too old, but you're not getting younger either. The it's too late myth. Men in their 70s are setting deadlift PRs. Guys in their 80s are doing pull-ups. Age is a factor. It's not a death sentence. You'll progress slower than a 30-year-old. So what? You're not competing with 30-year-olds. You're competing with the 97% of men your age who've already quit, and that's not a fair fight, because they're not even in the arena. The statistical reality. Only 3% of men over 60 are actively building muscle. That means 97 out of 100 guys you see have surrendered. You don't need to be great, you just need to show up consistently. That alone puts you in rare company, and rare company gets noticed. Not just by women, by everyone. People respect discipline. They respect effort. They respect a man who refuses to fade quietly. You walk into a room at 65 with defined shoulders, a strong posture, and the energy of someone who hasn't given up. You're an anomaly. And anomalies don't need to announce themselves. The compound interest principle. Building muscle after 60 is like compound interest. Small deposits, consistent time, massive returns. 1 gram of protein today doesn't build a physique, but 180 grams daily for 12 months, that's 10 pounds of muscle. 1 workout doesn't change your body, but 150 workouts over a year, that's transformation. Skip deposits and you're broke. Stay consistent and you're wealthy. That's the blueprint. 5 pillars, no shortcuts, no excuses. And when you lock these in, something shifts. Not just in your body, in how you carry yourself, in how people respond to you. Only 3% of men over 60 are building muscle that matters. The other 97%, they watch this video, nodded along, and they'll go back to the same routine that's been failing them for years. They'll tell themselves they'll start Monday, they'll skip the protein tracking, they'll lift the same weights they've been lifting for 6 months. They'll sleep 5 hours and wonder why nothing changes. That's the 97%. The 3%, they screenshot this blueprint. They log their protein today, they add 5 pounds to the bar tomorrow, they sleep 8 hours tonight. That's the difference. The 3% don't need motivation, they need a system. And now you've got it. 5 non-negotiables: protein floor, progressive tension, recovery discipline, compound movements, consistency over intensity. Miss one and you're spinning your wheels. Lock all 5 in and you're an anomaly. Muscle after 60 isn't a gift. It's a decision. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's tracking protein when it's inconvenient. It's adding weight when the lighter option feels safer. It's refusing to surrender to the narrative that you're supposed to fade. You want presence? Build the foundation. You want to be the man women notice and other men respect? Follow the system. This channel is built for the 3%. No fluff, no hype, just what works. If you're serious about becoming the exception, hit subscribe, because the next video breaks down the exact meal plan that packs 180 grams of protein into 4 meals. No guessing, no complexity, just the blueprint. And if you made it this far, you're already different. Most men quit at 2 minutes. You didn't. That tells me everything I need to know. You're not looking for permission, you're looking for the path. You've got it now. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Because the 97% are waiting for the perfect moment. The 3% started yesterday. Don't be the guy who watches and does nothing. Be the anomaly who acts.